How much is a big chunk of money for the top 10 riders? Can you give us numbers?
Yeah, I think I will not give the name, but one guy probably get 500 to 600,000 a year.
So Cedric,
Yes.
for William is coming, and last time you said you will talk about how much it really costs to be part of the World Cup circuit, like actual numbers.
Actual numbers. Woohoo!
Do you have your whiteboard?
No, it's upstairs, but I have it here. What do you want to know?
What's the budget of one team?
3 riders. Do we count salaries or no?
Yes.
Well, then it's top athletes because
Oh,
not many.
yes,
It's
depends.
not okay. It's not many people who actually get money. Like I know some of the 20 top riders who don't get salaries, but they get a full-on treatment on the team. It means it's a big cost there too. Like a team, depend what you run, but if you run like a car, especially to go to Fort William as a European, it's still Europe, but as a guys you have to cross the water. The ferry is expensive, 1,000 something euros. You have a trailer, maybe you go to $2,000. And the 4 week in Fort William for training, space around 1,500 to 2,000 euros for the space to put your easy up, your team. We're looking around 10 to 15,000 euros entry fee as well for the riders, around 80 per people. What else? Food every day in Fort William. Yeah, we're looking around, let's say 20 grand. If you have a cameraman as well, that's another person. Usually in Fort William, it's really difficult to get hotels, and hotels are not cheap because the pound as well. Then what we was doing, we was living in a camping. But those condos in the camping is like a bungalows.
Yeah.
It's kind of little of a house, but it was difficult because you're close to the lake. It was a little midget. Oh man, it was horrible. You have to wear the net and stuff. But we could go and buy the grocery just to cut a little bit the cost, because if not, you go to the restaurant and that's add. If you have a big budget as a big team, let's say Trek or Comens or Santa Cruz, don't go to the hotel. They rent house or apartments and with kitchen, and they make the food. Because not only for saving money, but like this, they eat what they used to eat. Because sometimes you go to the restaurant and maybe the food is not healthy or whatever. Like this, you can throw, and you can have as well for the mechanics who finish late to come and eat at the apartment. And like this, they always have food. If not, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, you cannot eat anymore. And those guys stay sometime until 11 doing the bikes. Then, yeah.
And the budget yearly, like how much money does a team receive from the sponsors?
That's all depend how many good riders you have in your team. Because people, if you're private, they will get some. Usually, they get the closing as a big team, or if the team cannot pay the rider, they will leave the closing and the shoe sponsor to them, or helmet and stuff like this. That's a condition you have to do if you cannot afford a rider. But if you have a big, successful team with good names already, usually they get all the sponsor and they give you everything, and you get a base salary. But let's say one good rider is like, all right, I don't get enough money, and the team can say like, oh, we cannot pay you extra, but we will give you the shoe sponsor and your protection and your clothing. Like this, you can add. That's different options, because you want to keep those riders, and you don't want them to go and change bike sponsor as well. Then it's a lot of all right, I help you here, you help me there, but you stay in the team. And as well, when you want to stay in the team because you like your bike, and another one give you more money because they really need you for image or to grow the team and the image and sell more bikes, they will not hesitate to give you a big chunk of money to make sure you don't think twice and you go. But you have a lot to lose as well, because maybe 1 year you win with the bike and you switch to another bike, and it's not fitting your riding, and all of a sudden you're 15. That's difficult, doesn't matter how hard you train, and this affects you, and I think after you think you're shit. But yeah.
How much is a big chunk of money for the top 10 riders? Can you give us numbers?
Yeah, I think I will not give the name, but one guy probably get 500 to 600,000 a year. Another guy we stole probably get 400. Legend can get maybe, I don't know, with all the work they did before, they still get a really good money because they know they will be visible everywhere, and for the sponsors that's what they want. And 300, but after it dropped pretty quick to 40 and 50.
Yeah.
Like couple 150, but after it's a big gap, and after it's nothing. After it's just the cost, free stuff and free cost to go to the race, and race to be able to go to that league where you make a salary and make a living out of it. But I know a lot of people who's not making. That's why it's difficult, because either you have your parents who give you a little bit of money, or you work in the winter and you make
in the off season
and you make cash to be able to. But that's tough. That's it's not. A lot of people think it's a lot of people who make money in mountain biking, especially. No. It is now as well with enduro. Some of this money been transferred to enduro.
Oh yeah, in the industry.
Of course. Do you think they're going to add? No. Some of the money went there for sure.
So there is less money in downhill.
It's less money. It's less money for everyone. Then it's only the big ones we get the same money, but the other one was.
Yeah.
They've been the money taking out to go for some of the people in enduro.
Okay.
Yeah. But as well in enduro, it is some big boys who make good money, but it's still a young sport, and we're not talking about the same money as in downhill. But still big money as well on few boys in cross country.
Oh, cross country.
Yeah, top 5. I would probably say top 3.
Does the fact that it's an Olympic sport?
It helps. It helps, but at the end of the day, you have to look what it sells. What sells today is an enduro bike. Who make the image of mountain biking is downhill. It's a Formula One of downhill technology and everything coming out from this. And cross country, yeah, physical thing for sure. Olympic discipline for sure. But how many of those bikes we see for hardtail riding?
Yeah.
Now a little bit more baby, because they all ride kind of like a full suspension bike. I think that's the way the sponsor wants them to go as well, to create sales. But and it changed a little bit in cross country because it was dying, and lately it's picking up a little bit more because full suspension and long distance racing, like you can see right now, like Cap Epic, really famous because it's mass and it's really an adventure, and it's not only cross country for 1 hour and 40 minutes. This is like a little Tour de France of cross country. Then this is bringing mass. This is good as well. The Titan thing, desert, whatever it is. And it looked like those ones, or long distance, is picking up a little bit as much as enduro did, you know, because it's mass. You need to bring mass into the sport, because that's where you will develop sales as well. Then because people identify more to those people who do long distance than people who do World Cup racing cross country, like an hour and 45, like flat out, and that's a job. The other one, I could go and do it. I will suffer. I will do maybe 1 day or 2, but I can go and enter. World Cup? No, you can't. Forget about it, because you need points, you need to qualify before, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. It's an elite of elite. But that's what it creates, like an elite sport. And downhill, definitely an elite sport. It's but like I say, that creates for me the Formula One of mountain biking, and it's the image and the big bike, the big jumps, and people like pinning, taking the chance.
Downhill World Cup, a full year, the budget for team, does it cost like $1 million?
If you have a massive team and a semi truck,
A million?
A million or pretty close. Yeah. I mean, those trucks, a semi truck, 35 liters per 100k.
Yeah.
The péage, like the thing for highway,
The toll.
the toll. You don't pay like a car. You pay maybe 3 or 4 times more. You cannot transport people into those things. You need an extra van to pick up mechanics and everything else. Then you need a special driver with a license for this. Then you need to have someone who drive those trucks to the event. That guy need to eat and sleep. A van to bring the mechanics and the staff, and usually planes for the athletes. Then you need to have someone who pick up those guys, or they get a rental car. Then everything adds so quick. Depends how many riders and staff do you have in a team.
How much does the staff cost?
I think a good mechanic is around 30 grand to 45,000. Maybe some extra probably get more, but only 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of them can get 100. You see, 100, and some of the people of the races are not paid.
Yeah.
But without that guy, the bikes will not function.
Yeah.
Then it's all relative. How important is your thing? If you're really important, all of a sudden your money will be crazy because you're that important into a staff or a mechanic, or then they cannot say, oh no, we're not paying that much for this guy, but your team will go to shit.
Yeah.
Then, okay, I will pay this 100. That's why everything is a little bit, then no one talk about money in mountain biking.
Can you talk about money?
I can talk only about the thing I think, and I've been long around to figure out how much who is costing. But I know some teams will be ready to pay big money to have someone, but I know some other team, like you will die to get in, then you will lower your salary.
Yeah.
And I will definitely be that way. I will be like, if I really want to get to a team, if someone give me a lot more, and it happened before, I will probably stay with the thing I like to ride, and because the comfort and being here good in your head and being part of a family, you will be like, I want to be in that team, doesn't matter what it costs. After is all relative, how much do you want, how much do you need? We all want a lot, but how much do you need really to be happy? When you're young, it's different. You grow, you're different. You buy a house, you're different. You have kids, you're different. There's all perspective you have and the education you have, I guess, about how much do you need, how much do you want. It's a small sport. Not a small sport. It's a sport you stay, if you're smart, quite along. If you don't enjoy yourself, you could go alone, or you can be just for 3 years good, and after you're gone, no one talk about you and it's over. Then it's a lot of things will come to place. It's a puzzle. You need to connect the things and know where you're going. You need to have in your head a good picture of where you're going, who you want to be. And some people are smart about this, and some people less, and some people are just the winners, and some people are more winners and flamboyant, and people that are not winners are just flamboyant. I know a lot of riders who are flamboyant, but you still need to have some of the result to be none. If not, you'll be on the shadow of the people who win. But if you can prove you can be flamboyant and win, that's money there. All your sponsors want you. And but it's hard to be flamboyant now when every second counts. It's a little bit tougher now. But you have people as well who carry themselves like really good, smart new kids. Like I'm thinking about a couple names. It was really good. I like to talk to them. They're young, but they're hungry, and they sign autograph. They know it's important to give back to the fans because they are the guys behind you when you crash, and they're always on the side of the track to support you. And I was in Lourdes. I was really impressed about some of the people, and I was impressed with one of the legends as well, helping the new kids. Like when I was maybe thinking it would be hard for a legend, to give everything he learned for so many years just to give it away like this. And that's part of the team, and that's part of your job to help those new ones. Like we talk about giving back the love, and that's what it is. And I was surprised in Lourdes, sick. And I saw some new riders, I don't even know the name, like shredding, just spin. And that's not for the money. That's for the love of biking, and that's sick. It was just like, it rained, doesn't matter. That was cool. Yep, really cool. And yeah, biking is money. It takes a lot of money.
Your bet for William?
Mina, Vigier, Sean, Shaw, well, you laugh. Danny Hart. I put my hand. We'll see on G if he's okay after his crash and putting the big boy out is 29. But I think you have to count on the 29, and I think if we look on 29, we probably advance with Santa Cruz. And I really have faith on the team, and I will definitely put Bruni as well with the boys, with Vergier and the Santa Cruz, because Bruni is Bruni, and he's a fighter, he's a racer, and I just really like him. I hope he's there, and I think he will. And that's my choice. All the syndicates and Bruni. Is that clear enough? And maybe Danny Hart around.
Yeah.
Because he won last week and 2 weeks before on the national, English national.
British. Yeah.
British.
Oh, no.
British. Yeah, but it's going to be tough. I really want to watch this because I hope this time like the weather. But for William, it's not too bad because the track is all. They put cement in there, then it's fine. It's just going to be difficult physically, and like every year it is. And that wood section, like in that wood section, you can lose everything. You cannot. If you do it good, you have more to lose than to gain. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think on the top course you can do a second or two if you pin. No, like cruising fast and being pin. When you come to the woods, it will be a second and a half.
Yeah.
But at the end of that wood section, after that wood section, if you don't fuck up that wood pedaling, after that pedaling thing, you can lose so much. For me, that's where the race is done. Woods, finish of the track. The top, you have to make sure you don't lose time. But after it's go. Like the pedaling is gnarly. Even if they put those jumps then, I mean, it's pedaling. Look at Minard there. It's just like, he knows that every pedal crank is going to count. Then tough race because it's long and the crowd is gnarly and you really want to do good there because it's so special. Like you win, it's like everyone is there. It could rain, whatever. Everyone is with a beer and just making noise. You're a hero if you win in Forwarding.
It's a cool race.
It's amazing. I can't believe so many people show up there. It's in the middle of nowhere. They go from Glasgow with bus or whatever it is. There we come. There we camp even if it rains because there's no hotel left anyway and it's expensive. And you have to pay the entry to get into the site. Then Oh yeah, but they're educated for so long to pay. They're watching a show, and it's cool. They're different people. They're cool and they're rad, and it's bars everywhere. And it's. I remember winning that race. I couldn't even go back to my pit because everyone was paying me drinks. Mm-hmm. And I remember barely making it into the doping control, and they give me more drinks at the doping control. And after we go to, how it is, especially for William, we just like unbuild the trucks. Everyone is toasted and happy and more drinks and woo! And it's party on. But the good thing, they shut down the bar early. Then we're good. But yeah, big hangover next day at the airport because you still need to drive out to go to the airport. And you're like, yeah, if you don't burn all the money you made, like I did. With Kovarek and Pete. You go home with £5 and you just win the race, what happened? Oh yeah, I remember we buy the bar. Good memories though. I don't know if someone do that now. Being like, hey guys, this one is on mine. We used to don't care really. We're kids. As long as you don't need much when you're a kid. Then an extra is always good. And you pay for the one who don't have. It's good. Good memories. Glory. The fun of the glory.